8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Alright, dengar. I can hear myself. Thank you. Mio takkan melompat, jangan risau.
Mic test, mic test.
Mic test, 1, 2. Mic test, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Mic test, 1, 2. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Podium Racing GG Cup Malaysia 2024. Who will be crowned champion? Best of the best in Malaysia.
Now Chow Kai Tang is now in the lead of the race.
It's going to be damage with each one, and
He's having a pick on the inside. He's going to be touching each other as he move into the back turn. Wush Wanjing is now ahead.
it's not going to be the question. Danish weakness one and has his eyes, and he did not dive them. He said, "Oh, well, how did you do that, man?"
Good strategy here. It is all played out so well for Chow Kai Tang, who now comes across the line to take the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals Are you ready for some rubber to be burnt on the virtual track? Our rookies are ready to take the stage here.
Almost spun up there.
Oh,
Up and down.
Let's put our hands together for members of the media, ladies and gentlemen.
Goes for the time, the inside foot slides around.
Makes him the winner for Mosin.
10 of the fastest student racers across 8 universities.
No! Gets spun around.
He's going head to head over here, side by side, and Ethan easily can
Take the position away for top 8.
Are you ready for the grand final?
the Terminator is showing who needs to be terminated.
No way! What's going on? Second place in this one. The rain is falling down, ladies and gentlemen. The track is wet. The grip situation is going to get very dire soon. And this is going to be
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final lap. One last stand. New history is about to be written in this track again. And the alien has proven again. It is not Isri Naiman winning race number 3.
A very good afternoon to all of you, wherever it is that you're watching us on our socials. Happy Sunday indeed. Welcome once again to another session of the Vios Challenge 2025, coming to you live from the Thunderdome, that is the Petronas Sepang International Circuit. You are now watching us right now together with me, Mio Adlan, for another grueling, exciting, exhilarating race, which is upon us later on, which is the Vios Challenge 2025 Season 8 Round 3 race number 2. As you can see here, all of the pits are actually empty right now because everybody is all ready and jam-packed on the grid right now. All the cars are getting themselves ready for our flag off, which is happening very, very soon. If you do not know yet until now, let me just share with you some information about what you're going to be witnessing. This particular race will be divided into 3 different categories, which are the super sporting class, the sporting class, as well as the rookie class. And all together, we will be witnessing 35 cars in contention for that podium finish at the end of this race. And ultimately, for this particular round, for this particular weekend, we will find out who will be stepping on the podium and who will be the champions for this weekend's race. This is all will be revealed at the end of the race today, which is to be around 60 minutes. So a lot of fun is definitely going to be happening here. A lot of magical things are going to be happening on track, and a lot of what we anticipate a very challenging as well as interesting race happening down here. And who better to actually commentate on this race and share with us all of the actions rather than our fellow commentators? We have Matthews as well as Victor. Gentlemen, how is it today?
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Mio. That was a wonderful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Toyota Gazoo Racing Season 8, Round 3. And this is race number 2. Yesterday, we saw lots of chaos from the start, but hopefully this time it's going to be much more of a cleaner race, which is, I assume, I hope. But Victor, break us through, man. How excited are you? Because race 2 is going to determine lots of things for these races today.
Well, with the amount of carnage we saw from yesterday's race, you could be very much forgiven for mistakes mistaking this for the next installment of the Mad Max film series here, but certainly a Thunderdome, the Sepang National Circuit, certainly has been this whole weekend here. We have not only witnessed the arrival of the Thailand Super Series, but also the MTCC's third round. And then we here at Toyota Gazoo Racing, we're celebrating our third round of 2025's championship here for the Vios Challenge. And yes, indeed, it's a very, very exciting day indeed, because well, the track conditions are going to be a little bit trickier, I think, today compared to yesterday, no less because of a spot of rain that happened earlier on in this afternoon. So the track where yesterday was a lot more hotter, and from what I hear from the drivers, a lot more slippery actually, due to the amount of marbles being thrown up by the other series of racing that happened here. Now, I'm not exactly sure how the track situation is in per se. It is still rather damp just outside of Sepang itself, but the track itself does look rather dry. Maybe just a little bit of more moisture, maybe a lower temperature compared to yesterday, but certainly it doesn't mean that the racing will be any less hot than it was yesterday.
Absolutely. So we can actually expect some amazing race today, some blockbuster race. And looking at how things have been going on the track, everyone is getting ready and preparing stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, we got something special for you coming up. We're going to be on board with Mio right now for a very short insight with one of our races.
All right, guys, I'm down here together with the driver for car number 18, one of the rookies on the track. We got Genevieve down here. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad myself. I'm loving the car, the fact that you have the air conditioning on. But that's just before the race, right?
Oh yeah, that's just before the race and after the race. During the race, it's just pure chaos, and
Of
I feel like
course.
I'm in a sauna.
This is like the calm before the storm, obviously. But again, you being on this track, being one of the rookies down here, obviously being mentored by Alex Young, must have been such an honor, such a privilege, and such an experience as well for you.
Definitely a bit starstruck, that's for sure. He's a Malaysian legend, and to be able to receive such coaching from him, and you know, he provides such valuable insight that you can't get anywhere else. So, getting that advice to me is such a privilege, and I hope I can carry it throughout my career.
And for sure, and the fact that, you know, that you don't see that many lady drivers on the course, obviously, and you being one of them, and rookie no less, how do you stand up against all of the other big boys here around you?
For me, I have this mindset of not being the fastest girl or the fastest lady driver. To me, it's about being the fastest driver. You know, before I beat other girls, I gotta beat everyone else first. It's not about gender, it's about skill, it's about your strategies. So yeah.
Of course, strategy always comes first. Talent always comes first as well. It doesn't matter of who you are ultimately, whether you're young or old, or you know, a boy or a girl ultimately. But of course, we do want to mention a bit the fact that you are under the rookie program with Gazoo Racing. How has that been for you personally?
Personally, it has been really amazing. I've learned so much in such a short time. I think we started training around April and it's already August, but I've learned so much in that short few months. And I really have to thank Toyota for this opportunity, because if it wasn't for that, I don't think I'd be the driver I am today.
All right, lovely. We're going to leave you to it. Hope you have a great race, and hopefully to see you on the podium.
Hopefully, yes.
Lovely. Have a good one. All right, gents, back to you.
All right, that was a wonderful, wonderful interview there with Genevieve. And of course, she's one of the hot racer in that, just literally waiting to actually show us how good she is among the guys, of course, because, you know, most of the time they say it's always the guys that is going to be ahead, but no, throughout this history there, Victor, we have seen in the previous rounds, we have seen lots of other races, especially celebrity races. We saw Ahirin Ahiruddin, all of these amazing female racers that has actually shone in over here. But before we get a little bit further on that, this is the racers that will be from the sporting class. We saw Dick TZ yesterday didn't get the way things he actually wanted, Dato' Ken Fu as well, and the rest of the others over here as we're coming through with Mika Hakimi, Sophia Zara, Joshua Lee, Daryl Liu, Shanmuganathan Arumugam, all joining back on action again for day number 2. Well, this is going to be absolutely breathtaking for me there, Victor, because yesterday we saw lots of tents among them, but today, how cool it's going to be? Oh, it's going to be the same fire.
Well, it's certainly cooler in terms of temperature, but like I said, I think the overall temperature inside the cockpit will still be just about the same. Like these true hot-blooded racers that we have out here, and no less exemplified by the level of racing that we've been seeing, for multiple seasons throughout Toyota Gazoo Racing's Vios Challenge Malaysia's history here. But for today's racers, I believe we at least have one absentee that's going to not be able to participate in this race, which is Eddie Liu. But nevertheless, we're going to have to see how it is going to be for the rest of them, including our host is going to be on ground, Mior, because he's going to have another interview with one of our drivers. So over to you, Mior.
Okay, quick one. We're together with Aiden Khalid. The 5 minutes marker is up. Again, one of the rookies down here. You're up against 5 other rookies. So what's your hopes and dreams, basically, Aiden, being one of the rookies here?
I hope to win, really.
Of course. And more?
Sorry?
And more?
It's going to be tough to win because these other 4 drivers wanted as much as me. And also carrying a bit of ballast. I think I'm the heaviest car on the grid for the rookies. But starting from the front, just have to keep my head down and look forward.
All right. Okay, keep your head down and try to do your very best. Okay, we're going to leave you to it. Have a good race. We'll see you on the podium later. Gents.
Yeah, so that is Aiden Khalid. I mean, in the previous round, you might have seen him on the podium position, winning the race as well. And this time, he's trying to redeem things over here. But man, what a journey he had there, Victor. I recall commentating with him for a go-kart competition about a year ago. And he was very nervous. I'm not sure if he has any other actual racing background experience and stuff. And he was very determined to actually become a racer. He was telling me, I really wish to become a racer and wish to win it. And fast forward, here we are. He's in the rookie sensation, and he's one of the hottest picks so far that might be winning the race as well. You saw the progress there, Victor. That is amazing.
It's indeed. I mean, again, it just shows how good a platform it is, right? Toyota Gazoo Racing, providing opportunities not just for the young rookie drivers, but for female drivers as well. Got several, actually, that's inside the sporting class itself, and we're hoping one day that one of these female drivers will also join the professionals in the super sporting class, in the future seasons. But definitely, it's such a great platform for these drivers to not only develop the skill, but to learn so much from legends like Alex Young, like Tengku Jan, from veteran drivers like William Ho, etc. Like this is really a gathering, if you want to think about it that way, a gathering of some of the best driving talents in Malaysia. And no doubt, like even outside of this series alone, these guys have been going out and doing so much more and actually doing our nation proud as well. Like, in particular, Nakib Aslan, who unfortunately is not going to be competing much in this season of racing, but he's already gone internationally and is actually performing so well. And a lot of that is just off of the back of the amazing driver program that TGR has provided, that allows these drivers to not only develop their talents, but to be able to show the talent all over the globe.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is what Toyota is all about. They have a mission right now, and it is going really well according to plan. Well, Victor, I think we have already seen some of the top picks of the day. We got interviewed with some of the racers as well. But for race 2, what are your predictions? Who do you think that might be surprising us all for today? Because yesterday, we saw some surprises coming from Axel, which is Aman Nakdev, who surprised us, but he kept himself in a podium position from the start till the end in P2 and ended the race. Could it be something different for him? Or do you have other candidates in hand today? We got 1 minute to go.
Yeah, for one, I want to see how Amir Harris is going to handle the reverse grid start for this race in particular. So for the super sporting class, the top 6 grid is reversed based on the results from yesterday's race itself. So that means that Amir Harris is going to be starting from the 6th position, whereas Aman Nakdev is starting from the 5th position. So on the same row, but just further behind all the other drivers. Najee Ayat is going to be the one up in front there, and I think he's going to be looking for an opportunity to finish on the podium here today. Trouble for him, though, is that he's going to be sharing the same grid row as Nabil Aslan, and he's also got Mitchell Chia just behind him as well. So he's got a lot of challenge, a huge challenge is going to be up ahead for him for this race. Now, for the sporting class, we got Danny Ng as well as Chu Yong Chun up in that front row. Chu Yong Chun being the driver is going to be on the first grid position for the sporting class itself. So this is going to be a great opportunity for him as well to get some good points, and as well as even though Eddie Liu is not going to be able to join us for this race, both his son and his daughter are also racing here in the sporting class, and his son in particular, Elson, he's also going to be up there in the second row for the sporting class itself, so definitely going to be one to watch out for, no doubt, given the amount of action that he's been giving. And so even though Eddie is not going to be joining us here today, I think another driver that we, at least I thought, is not going to be joining us was Justin To, but I do see him being registered inside the timing screen here, and I don't quite see his car out there, at least not in the position that's been indicated here. But yeah, I mean, we don't exactly have the same number of cars that we had yesterday there.
Yeah.
No doubt because of the chaos and all the collisions that have been happening yesterday. And it's very unfortunate here for Laser Motor Racing especially. I mean, they managed to get Adi Rahimi back out on the track here, and he's going to be joining us yet again for race number 2. So hopefully he'll be able to get some much needed points here for Laser Motor Racing's effort in the championship. But nevertheless, you know, this is literally going to be the last race of the weekend for these guys in the Vios Challenge. You know, everything's out on the table right now. You know, just you got to show up, you got to fight for those positions, and we're going to be ready over here in the commentary booth to relay to all of you guys at home all of the action.
Yeah, so lots of actions coming out, a lot of anticipation, action, everything is all drilling right now as they're on a formational lap. And once it's done, we're going to be rolling in for the start. And of course, we're going to have a look on the starting grid. We see Najee Ayat, Nabil Azlan, Mitchell Chia, Freddie Young, Aman Nakdave, Ame Harris, and the rest of the others coming through with Bradley, Tom Go, Timothy Yeo, Adi Rahimi, William Ho, Shafiq Shamsuddin. We saw some amazing battles from some of these races today, and also it was actually yesterday, but today we might be expecting more. But here you go, we see Kenneth Ko, Chu Yong Chun, Dennis Ng, Sharik, Raja Mirul Shalkat, Alson Liu, and the list goes on there. Victor,
yeah,
this is going to be crazy again, man.
Another driver you definitely have to watch out for in the sporting class here is going to be our current sporting class championship leader, Juan He. He's going to be starting in the 21st place overall here. But mind you, even yesterday itself, you know, he had an amazing, very underrated actually. Like we didn't quite have the chance to highlight it yesterday because, you know, he ended up winning the race, but he literally had to do that from behind. You know, he dropped several places from the start, but managed to make the recovery and took the win in yesterday's race. Can he do it again though? Because with the 7th place grid reverse here, he's going to pretty much have to do the same thing he did yesterday, which is just pass a whole bunch of cars. But here's the thing, if he does take that win here in the sporting class, he's definitely going to be cementing his spot as the driver to beat here in the sporting class.
It's definitely going to be keeping an eye on this. Of course, the names, all of them are speaking absolutely for itself. So we're going to be going in for the race real soon once they come back to their grids. Well, looking at the weather, it's still looking really cloudy, as you can see on the screens. And even here in the commentary booth, it still looks pretty cloudy as well.
Yeah.
So we do not know. We can't really guarantee. It might not rain. It might rain. This is Sepang. It's a place of mystery for many, many years, you know?
International circuit of mystery. I like that. I like the tagline there. But yeah, it's not just a gathering of clouds, I should say. I was going to pun it with a gathering of crowds happening here as well, because we got the mega meet happening at the Sepang International Circuit just outside the parking lot, and we got plenty of spectators lining up in the grandstand here today. So we welcome all these people to witness the action, as it were, here from Toyota Gazoo Racing Malaysia. As now the drivers are going to be coming around the penultimate turn, the very all-important and very tricky turn. We've seen in the other racing series how a lot of drivers unfortunately spin around here, just coming in a little bit too fast, a little too hot. But in this formation lap, everyone just now is just keeping their eyes and their minds focused right now on the task at hand, which is basically to get through those first couple of turns here without a scratch. And that could be quite a tall order given the level of talent that we have lining up the grid here, isn't it, Matthews?
Yes. So not only that, we also have our spectators from the social media as well there, Victor. We got Facebook, and this time we are on a new whole platform, which is TikTok. So hope you guys are enjoying the race, and hope to see you all for many, many seasons after this. And please make sure to stick around with us, because we've got lots of action and drama to tell you the story of Toyota Gazoo Racing so far. We're in season 8 right now. Can you believe it, Victor? Season 1 all the way till season 8. It just time flies like nobody's business. But man, it is what it is, you know. Time flies, and lots of races have been developed. Lots of newcomers, those who have already been champion, have dropped out. So I mean, this is history. We are writing history right now, Victor.
Indeed, history with every turn of the wheel, with every step of the pedal, isn't it? As the drivers are now coming into the final corner, the safety car will peel off there to allow the leaders here to get themselves set up for the start, and it's going to be a rolling start indeed, just like with yesterday. So all 35 cars out on grid here coming up. The red lights are still on right now, but once that goes off, we will be on for the races here, just waiting for everybody to get themselves in position. You can sense the anticipation emanating from all of these Toyota Vios as they come and gather around for the start of this race. Now, as soon as they get the control line, the lights are out, and here we go. So let's see if Najee Aya is going to be able to keep that lead. We can already see Freddie Ang trying to put the pressure onto Mitchell Chia. Bradley Bendick is a little bit caught out there with car number 7 actually blocking his way, forcing him to make some evasive maneuvers. But the drivers now are still very much crowded around. Again, who's going to be the ones to make the gains going through the first couple of corners? You got Tom Goh way around the outside here, trying to cut around Amir Harris's car, and he does get his nose slightly ahead. Cars coming in now, still 2 wide, 3 wide in a lot of places here as it come true. Najee Ayat still remains in the lead though, but Mitchell Chia is getting a good effort right now to get close to him here in the run up to turn 4, but very much a clean start here, Matthews.
Yeah, this is one of the cleanest starts we have seen so far. No incidents like yesterday, although we saw a little bit of a glimpse over there of what happened to Addy Liu, but it did not happen today as the racers were pretty cautious about what happened. So we got 1 hour of racing waiting for you, and at this moment, Nigeria is literally leading this race, and right behind is going to be Mitchell Chia. You see car number 55, which is Bradley Benedict, is on a mission as well to stop Tom Goh, but I'm not sure where Tom Goh is right now. But at this moment, it is going to be still a fresh start there, Victor. Oh, wait a minute!
Big spin going on there with the rookie class as 2 cars came together, and it seems like one of the cars is stricken on the side. Medical car is already in position there to assist. I think the driver is looking a little bit shaken, but not too
Hakish.
stirred. Hopefully, yes, I believe it might be Hakish Jiva. Looks like he's able to get the car rolling though, and he's going to unfortunately leave his bumper behind there, but great to see he's still running. I think he does have a puncher though in his rear tire anyway. Very unfortunate for the rookie driver who actually won in yesterday's race.
Yeah, it's a pretty unfortunate start so far, but then the car can still move on. It's just that it's punctured and the back just came off there, Victor.
Yep.
Especially the bumper is still on the track. Are we going to be getting a yellow or not? But no.
No,
I didn't see any indication so far. The race is still on. You can see the nerves being kicked on some of the teams right now who are leading this race so far. And we see a little bit of a contact by car number 77 there towards car 6. And we're going to be having a look on the replay on actually what happened with the rookies there, Victor.
Yeah, I see the rookies are way at the back line there. Oh, one of the sporting class guys actually ran into another car, and that caused a chain reaction amongst the rookies who were racing side by side. So unfortunately, Harkis Jiva is the one just caught out with and caught most of that momentum and got pushed into the grass there. So, wow, I mean, very chaotic start here for the rookies. And I was already saying, like, for the Super Sporting, it looked like a much cleaner start. But then again, I guess I stand corrected. Comedy is curse, you know? Just hitting us when we least expect it. In any case, here we go. Car number 9, Nick THZ, looking to try to make up for some disappointment from yesterday's race, is already trying to put a challenge here onto Adam Mikhail as well as Dato Ken Fu as they race side by side now into the final corner of the turn. Adam Mikhail as well as Dato Ken Fu have a position on the inside. In the meantime, up in the front, Anaji Ayat still remains in the lead of the race and still keeping Mitchell Chia behind. I wanted to have a look actually where exactly Nabil Aslan is. I think he was just in front of Tom Goh. He's actually made up a couple places since then, so he's now ahead of Timothy Yeo. As now we're seeing another rookie car coming into pits. This Aidan Khalik right now. I'm not sure. I wonder if he's having some other technical issue or whatnot with his car. Looks like they're rolling up some new tires, and maybe he has a puncher as well, sustained perhaps during that collision amongst the rookies just now.
Yeah, not a good start for the rookie sensations over here so far. You know, 2 of them are pretty much right now in a promo. Oh, there's 3 cars now, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the 3 cars that were involved in that incident just now. And yeah, there was a lot of energy that was like literally passed from one car to another. And it seems like 2 of them, car number 24 and car number 18, seem to have the worst of it there. But the crew's now going to be hard at work to try to get these cars back into working order so they can continue on with this race. And the race still continues for the front, though. Najee Ayat still doing a very good job of staying ahead of Mitchell Chia so far, but we're still in early days, though. So this is going to be a true test now of Najee Ayat's ability to maintain that performance of his car throughout the next 55 minutes.
Yeah, we're having a look on car number 27 here. I think it's in Khalid's car. He will be rolling in really soon. So on the other side, my eyes are all fully locked in for Freddie Ang there, Victor. He's literally finding a way between Najee and also Mitchell Chia, who's right in the front. And not to forget, Aman Nagdev is right behind Freddie Ang as well. You know, these four we saw yesterday, they have been putting on some performance. And it was a thrilling race for me. So if you ask me that, Victor, I'm really focusing on these two, Aman Nagdev and also Freddie Ang.
Yeah, and you also see Safik Samsudin trying to get onto the inside of car number 85. Dennis Ng, seeing if he's going to be able to make up some places here. While in the meantime, Aman Nagdev is still shadowing Freddie Ang right now to try to see if he can find a way past. And Mitchell Chia is already having a peek around the outside of Najee Ayat, already signaling his intention right now to put some pressure on the current race leader. And despite the fact he has 30 kilos in his car, look at that, he's already closing the gamut, closing the distance. Backs out a little bit coming to the penultimate corner, which is going to be a good call, given it's really tricky to make a pass through there. But Mitchell Chia still stays within the slipstream range of Najee Ayat's car. He's going to keep that pressure going on here for the race leader.
Yeah, coming towards the long straight, Najee Ayat is pretty much warned right now by Mitchell Chia, the Sepang specialist. We could nickname him there, Victor. Yeah, countless of times we have seen amazing movements by Mitchell Chia, winning the race and also showing us lots of amazing skills as well in terms of overtaking his opponents. So as they come towards this long straight again, towards this corner right now, we can still see there is some battles going on the back.
Yeah.
But right now, it is still on the views there. We can see Najee Ayat still leading this race in P1. Mitchell Chia might be making a move on turn 1. Freddie Ang on 3rd position. Aman Nagdev keeping up in P4. Ami Harris sadly has dropped. He's started all the way from the back there, isn't it, Victor? And right now, he's still in almost at the podium position, just one position away. And maybe right now, Mitchell Chia trying to find a way to attack here.
Yeah,
but then it still seems like there's no way through. It's being really well blocked by Najee Ayat. The rest are all keeping up at the back.
I'm keeping an eye out for Adi Rahimi right now. He's actually got a good run up against Timothy Yeo. Has to take around the outside of turn 2, putting him in a bit of a disadvantage. We couldn't quite get side by side through turn 3. And just behind him as well, Adam Mikhail still having a bit of trouble. Car number 96 spun around here. Very unfortunate here for Ashen Shanmunan. I can't quite see whether he was knocked from behind though. But his car not quite moving at the moment. I just hope that he hadn't sustained a technical issue. But let's see if he's going to be able to rejoin the race. In the meantime, still a long train of cars slipstreaming off of each other right now up in the front here. And well, still no movements yet for the front runners. Do want to see what's going to be up with the jostling that we saw in the midfield there between the sporting class drivers.
Yeah, the chase is still on for Mitchell Chia right now. He's putting every pressure there is on Najee Ayat. Najee Ayat really needs to take care of that. We are on cameras there with some of the teams from, I believe this is for Bradley Benedict.
Yeah, that's his father
yeah,
actually.
That's his father,
Harry.
and we saw Brendan Anthony as well. And right now, let's get back into action as we are seeing it. Najee Ayat right now still keeping himself in the front. Mitchell Chia might be playing some mind games over here. We can still see Freddie Ang might be making a move, but then they're all keeping it very clean at the back. There's no way through so far. It's going to be the battle for P1. Mitchell Chia, Najee Ayat, Freddie Ang, who's going to be going at the first so far. And maybe Mitchell Chia might be peeking in right now. He's already fully locked over here. He gave countless of warnings just now, but right now that could be a right moment for him to overtake here. He's really close behind, and I believe the next turn is going to be crucial for him. But there is no next turn right now, Victor. Here comes Mitchell Chia. Off he goes into P1, just leaving Najee Ayat wondering what happened.
Yeah, a bit of a compromise exit, I think, and a bit of a bump at the back there from Freddie Ang is for good measure as well. Najee Ayat under immense pressure here to try to keep that track position after having lost one to Mitchell Chia. Now it's Aman Nagdev who will be able to overtake Freddie Ang out of that collision though. So that momentum, that attack there quite backfired for Freddie Ang's situation, because now he's under attack from Bradley Benedict around the inside here coming into the final turn. And Amir Harris though is also looking to try to block off that position to make sure that he's going to be able to stay ahead come through that final turn. In the meantime, for the rest there, you can see, well, Taj Ahmed still very much in the island of his own. Adam Mikhail trying to get a good slipstream off of Sharik Zulkarnain's car. Still very much a slipstreaming battle going on here. If neither drivers or neither car really going for those aggressive moves come yet, given that it's still very early into this 1 hour race.
Yes, some proud moment for Team Prima Pearl. So far, they are doing a wonderful job. Mitchell Chia yet again being the sensation in the front. And right now, Najee Ayat needs to find a way to actually get in front of Mitchell Chia, unless we see Ahmad Nakdev coming closer at the back there, Victor. He's on car number 7 right now. He is literally putting a lock on Najee as well. So this is going to be really crucial, as some of overtakings might be happening in these corners right now.
Timothy Vios is under trouble as well. I think he just got passed on the inside there from Bradley Bennett coming out of turn 2. Although we have to see as he comes around our screen again, how is he going to be able to hold on to that track position. I think he's already gone past. Yes, Bradley Bennett has successfully passed him now and is putting some pressure here onto Nabil Aslan. In the meantime, for the rookies here, we got the car number 22. Ian James is currently leading the rookie class right now, but he's still got Justin Raul Dev hot on his heels. So still a bit of a battle as well, all the way at the back of the pack here. Well, in the meantime, for the sporting class, it's still another jostling of positions there as Adi Rahimi tries to get onto the inside of Timothy Yeo around this very fast section here, and getting a little bit of a touch as well. Right at the transition point there, backs off a little bit to allow Timothy Yeo through, but hopefully doesn't compromise him too much. It's got to watch out for William Hope just behind him as well, keeping that pressure going through this very fast and very tricky section.
Yes, as I told you, that it's a nerve-wracking moment for the team members over here, especially for some of them. And right now, it is car number 22, and that is Ian James right now from these rookies. Of course, it was not a really bright day for the rookies, but not for all of them. Some of them are already on the track right now, trying to get into podium position. And here comes some battle between Bradley Benedict here.
And Timothy Yeo as well, getting on the inside. He gets it done. Moves up and closes the door into Bradley Benedict just outside of the exit there. And then now Bradley Benedict is being forced now to defend against Adi Rahimi, who's looking to try to make up those places again. He's one of the drivers who is out for blood here, ladies and gentlemen, as is Amir Harris, who, you know, he had enjoyed the luxury being the pole position for yesterday's race. Now he's going to have to do it the hard way here by fighting through these bunch of cars. And unfortunately, he's got, of all people, Nabil Aslan, one of the drivers who is jostling for the championship, as it were, for the super sporting class ahead of him. So he's definitely got a lot of work on his hands. But Timothy Yeo has got it done, though, for his own sake, as he's now ahead of Bradley Benedict, takes that 7th place away from him right now, and is trying to make the chase up to try to catch up to Amir Harris's car number 99.
Absolutely. So 48 minutes has so far left for us. So ladies and gentlemen, if you just tune in, this is Toyota Gazoo Racing Season 8, Round 3. This is Race 2, the last race of the day. And of course, we're going to be going into Round 4 in the coming months and stuff. But at this moment, these are your race leaders. Mitchell Chia leading the race in P1. Najee Ayat dropped to P2 now. Ahmad Nakdev climbed all the way till P3. Can Team Axel and Ahmad Nakdev show us some surprise so far? But looking at the back here, there's some battle going on.
Yeah.
Car number 55 over there. There's nothing much in the front, but here comes Bradley Benedict up against car number 23, Timothy Yeo, still keeping Bradley Benedict this time behind, and Timothy Yeo still able to keep Bradley Benedict all the way at the back. He says, not today, son.
Not today, or rather, not on this lap, my friend. He's going to have to try again. And also a good move as well from Bradley Benedict, because by trying to go around the outside, he also covers off Adi Rahimi behind as well. So hence, he doesn't quite compromise his own battle for his own track position as well, while still attempting to keep the pressure onto Timothy Yeo throughout the entire segment. And Timothy does still have a bit of bodywork actually hanging off the back of his car, which may affect him a little bit aerodynamically. That's why you can see that there's still that big gap between himself and Amir Harris. Is not able to catch up to them, despite the fact that he has a bit of a has already cleared Bradley Benedict at this point. So it's a bit of another train of cars going on here, with Timothy Yeo being at the head of it.
Yeah, Timothy Yeo right now, he has a whole different mission compared to yesterday. But of course, all the racers have only one clear mission right now, which is to win and also be on the podium position, as we're on board with car number 68. It is none other than, here we go. All right, we still got it. We couldn't find it over here.
I think
but never mind.
68 is Adele Liu.
Adele Liu, yeah. Nevertheless, of course, we're still seeing lots of battles coming in from super sporting and also sporting class. You know what's amazing this time, Victor? You know, all throughout the previous seasons, we might be having separate races for rookies, sporting class and super sporting. But it's really amazing to see all three racing together. And this time, the challenge is even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think this is a lot more of an endurance race here compared to yesterday itself, where we saw a bit more chaos and a little bit more jostling for position. I think this time around, the drivers are a little just kind of like tempering their drive at the moment here to try to preserve as much of the action, hopefully, towards the tail end of this race. But for Adi Rahimi, though, it's still quite frustrating that he's still not able to make much gains so far in the opening 15 minutes here, and is still continuing to be stuck inside the midfield here. He needs to be able to try to recover some of those points, you know, having been starting in the third place yesterday.
All right, so we still see lots of actions coming throughout the corners right now. But ladies and gentlemen, we got something special. Of course, we're going to be on the screen with our racing legend, the first Malaysian F1 driver, Alex Yoong. Here we go.
All right, guys, now I'm together with the legendary Alex Yoong together with us, who is heading the rookie program down here. Before I get into the rookie program with you, I just want to ask you, we had a quick pit stop with 3 of your rookies down here. Share with us what actually happened there.
Well, I'm not really sure. It looked like they were getting very close to the sporting guys, and it quite often happens. You know, they're trying to get around the sporting guys, and I think 2 of the rookies came together, and maybe the third driver, Jen, just was a passenger at that point. So all 3 of them had punches. We fixed the punches, and they're on their way again.
Now, that's the cool thing about racing, isn't it? Because you never know what is to happen. You always have to be prepared, and this gives the rookies somewhat of a teaching session, I guess, for them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these guys are racing hard. You know, we're not just, it's not smokes and mirrors. You know, we're really teaching these guys how to race. So we teach them how to race hard. Yes, sometimes damage happens, but we want these guys to become the best that Malaysia has to offer. And if you do that, you've got to coach them properly, and you've got to push them hard.
Of course, and talking about the rookies program, as I was mentioning earlier, you have the opportunity to be, you know, the mentors and the guys who's actually training the rookies down here together with Gazoo Racing. How has that experience been, and how are the rookies performing to your standard?
Well, I mean, it's going really well. Actually, Malaysia right now has a really high standard of drivers. If you're talking Southeast Asia, across the board, we have a large number of very good drivers. And I think that's principally down to the Toyota rookie program. I mean, rookie from season 1, Naqib Hassan, won Super Sporting last year. Nabil is right now fighting for a podium position. You got Adam Mickerford doing well in sporting class. So just, you know, 5, 6 new rookies a year. The number of good quality drivers in Malaysia is just, it's fantastic.
All right, lovely. So good luck to all of your rookies, and hopefully they can deliver to your expectation at least.
Thank you.
All right, lovely. Back to you, gents.
All right, that's a wonderful insight there from our first Malaysian F1 driver and a racing legend, and also the person behind the TGR rookie program, who has already molded all of our rookie races into a professional now. But here we go, another battle between car number 99. It is going to be really hot over here. Ame Harris just handling through the pressure between Nabil Aslan right now, the Victor. How long can this go?
I think he may have forced him off the grass just a little bit early on before we cut to him. You can see him waving on the outside there, signaling to Nabil that he's got this unlocked. But Nabil is just really aggressively pushing against his rear bumper right now, and just making sure that he stays within that slipstream range, hoping to find an opportunity to attack in the final turn. But they're coming up close. I think we also did see, unfortunately, Taj Izrin Aiman, our simulation sensation, unfortunately retiring from this race. No doubt, again, another issue that's befallen our virtual to reality racer here. So very unfortunate to see. But it looks like Amir Harris is still keeping himself up in front, and we're going to see whether or not that's going to keep him in position here to try to challenge for a possible podium. But he's still got Freddie Ang, though, who's holding out to that 4th position, so we need to be able to close that gap now.
Absolutely. So a little bit of an update on the sporting class. Raja Amirul Chakat right now leading in P1. Su Yong Chun on P2, Dennis Eng on P3, Adam Mikhail on P4, Dato Ken Fu on P5. It's still wide open, a long way to go. 42 minutes has been expected to end. Actually, we still have lots of time to end, but right now the race is still on. It's going to be for battle for P1. Mitchell Chia, Najee Ayat, and also Arman Nakdev. These 3 races have been putting on some amazing performance so far, but it is all about how long can you last being in the front. It's not about who's going to go in front right now. It's all about how long can you keep in front there, Victor.
It just brings to mind like the words from the French Formula 1 champion Alain Prost. He said like the key to winning is to be able to finish the race, to win the race with the least amount of time, you know. So it's like, it's really down to that calculus. It's more about actually trying to preserve those tires and to make sure that you're still in a good shape come towards the final 5 minutes of this race. And that's what endurance racing, at least for the Toyota Gazoo Racing Series, is all about here, because they only use that one set of tires. There's no mandatory pit stops required from these drivers here. So a pit stop effectively puts you way out of contention compared to the rest of the grid. So you just want to be able to preserve that one set of tires that you're going to be starting the race with all the way to the end. And sometimes, you know, over the course of an hour, especially with the amount of chaos, with the amount of like maneuvering, that's why you, as a driver, you know, what makes a really good driver is not just necessarily, you know, being able to get pole positions all the time, being able to win races all the time. No, it's about being able to handle the unexpected, you know, being able to roll away those punches and to continue to deliver results in spite of all the problems that you're facing as a driver.
Absolutely. I mean, it is really very much lots of things, not only just being in a podium position for a driver, you know, it comes with lots of other fundamentals and elements as well. That what makes you a fantastic driver. But here we go, talking about fantastic driving. Mitchell Chia right now leading this race in P1. Najee Ayat still trying to put a pressure on him, but then we all know him as the Sepang specialist, and he is especially right now in P1, keeping himself on the top right now, and Aman Nagdev right behind there in P3 as well. Can we see Aman Nagdev making a move on Najee Ayat? Because right now, Victor, we know Najee Ayat is right now under pressure, but could this pressure be enough for Aman Nagdev to actually take something out of this, especially when there's a mistake?
It's always very hard to say, especially in the mid stage here, because, you know, there's still in the middle of that process, right? Trying to get through the phase of the tire and trying to keep those deltas in the green as much as possible, and at the same time not stressing the car too much to the point that you're going to lose all that performance by the end of this race. And that's pretty much the key thing to surviving a race like this. You know, it's very much a war of attrition, although I do see that Aman Nagdev is attempting to make an inside move there against Najee. Whoa, look at that! Doing another move as well to Mitchell Chia, forcing both of the cars to go wide and allowing Najee to be able to get through as well. He retakes the lead of the race coming through turn 2. Aman Nagdev's little gamble has not paid off here, unfortunately.
I kind of saw that coming there, Victor, hence why I was talking about on Aman Nagdev. He was actually looking to find a way. He knows there's pressure between Mitchell Chia and Najee Ayat, but then he was trying to find a way to get through out of this pressure, but then he got caught up over there, and still he just couldn't make the best out of it. And right now, Freddie Young has jumped into P2 now, Victor.
Yeah, and he's racing side by side with Mitchell Chia. Is going to be able to close the door coming out of turn 4, but Mitchell is doing his best right now, going off the shoulder here to try to stay alongside Freddie Young's car and crucially ahead of Aman Nagdev as well. While Najee Ayat is going to continue to pull ahead and continue to stay back in the lead here. He's definitely going to be a bit relieved, though, the fact that he's back in the lead of this race here. Let's have a look at the replay here to see exactly how that happened here. So you can see Nagdev sensed an opportunity. He went really late on the brakes, but I fear it's a little bit too late, though, as he already was going way wide and unfortunately took Mitchell Chia along with him for the ride, and that's what compromised his own battle with Najee Ayat, allowing Najee to retake the lead.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity, but then he kind of braked late over there, and that's why the car just dragged all the way to the front. He kind of lost a little bit of control. But right now, Najee Ayat leading this race again and keeping himself in P1. But how long can that be? Mitchell Chia trying to get a redemption out of this, might be fighting it back to get into P1 again. Freddie Young, surprisingly, in P3. Car number 3, P3.
Wow, look at
amazing, isn't it?
Wow, look at that. Mitchell Chia is already way up to the back of Najee Ayat yet again. Looks like he's going to try to set up. I think he really wants to be able to take that race lead here because it's going to be part of his strategy. Meantime, Timothy Yeo now, he got passed early on by Adi Rahimi, who's now trying to keep his track position from Bradley Benedict, forcing him off of the shoulder of the track there, but still maintains himself ahead of the two cars. But Timothy Yeo uses his opportunity to get a run up onto Bradley Benedict into the penultimate turn and does keep himself side by side with Bradley Benedict, who has to take onto the grass and does clatter slightly into the back of Timothy Yeo. Still going for that drag race to the final turn there. Bradley Benedict is trying to find his way to get the slight drafting action going on here so he can keep himself onto the inside coming into that final turn and hopefully seize the opportunity here to try to take one to Adi Rahimi as well. But watch out, William Yeo is going around the outside and Timothy Yeo is going to try to feint onto the inside. Couldn't quite make it done onto Bradley Benedict, who stays in front of him going through the final turn.
Oh, Bradley has been defending seats yesterday there, Victor, and right now he got one more job to do. Can he keep two of these right behind him again? Or it's going to be a different outcome this time. 36 minutes is pretty much we left in this race so far. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Toyota Gazoo Racing Season 8, Round 3, Race 2, as we are underway for the race of the day, the final race of the day. And here he comes, car number 23 this time, Timothy Yeo. Might be having a close battle between Tom Go right now, Victor, right behind. Someone is being pushed there, car number 46 cannot go. Had to push Timothy Yeo over there, and he lost a little bit of control and timings over there as well.
Yeah, I think really bad positioning there that for Timothy Yeo, but he was really trying to get that run up against Tom Go, but unfortunately lost out massively as he just got hooked onto the inside there by Kenneth. So it looks like let's put that battle on a cooler for now, while in the meantime, Adi Rahimi is now trying to build a bit of a gap away from William Ho, and it's right now still on that chase onto Amir Harris, who still remains the only obstacle in his path beyond that towards that podium. But nevertheless, I think for Timothy Yeo, well, he's definitely going to be feeling very frustrated because he was, up until that point, actually running quite high up in the order, but just a few mistakes and a few unexpected movements has unfortunately put him several places back from where he was a lap ago.
Yeah, so lots of things have been going on right now as we are on board with some of our races.
I think it could be Dennis Ng here.
Yeah, he's pretty much, so I think a few of them has already been on the pit right now, as they are out of the race. But right now, the race is still on, as we're still seeing Najee Ayat trying his very best to put off Mitchell Chia. But Mitchell is known for these kind of situations again, so it's not his first rodeo again for Mitchell Chia there, Victor. He's definitely on a mission right now. It's like, you know, you can be in the front as much as you can, but there will be a time that you will be warned as well.
I mean, it's definitely going to be feeling like familiar ground, given that he did compete in the World Touring Car Championship before. And this is pretty much like exactly how it is right inside the Touring Car Championship there in Europe, where the cars are falling very closely behind, but you still had to be very calculative about where and when you make those moves. And, you know, sometimes some drivers, when they make a gamble, just like with Aman Nagdev just now, trying to go for that super ultra late braking movement, it didn't quite pay out for him. And, you know, now, because it's also affected Mitchell Chia, he's also going to have to fight here to try to retake that lead.
So as we're still underway with 34 minutes to go, and right now we can still see Najee Ayat leading this race, as we are still going all the way in the front. So Mitchell Chia still keeping himself in P2, Freddie Ang coming in with P3. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we got something special coming up for you. We're going to be with one of the Aslan brothers. Their story has been really inspiring from the start, from esports to actual reality, to actually racing in one of the top championships in the world right now. So off you go. Here we go.
All right, guys, now I'm together with the race engineer of Wilcom. You're laughing, actually, you're laughing. No, because why? This is actually one of the success stories when it comes to Gazoo Racing. Because again, Nakib, Aslan, you started off as a rookie, and then you recently just won last year's edition, Super Sporting, and now you're actually helping out your brother Nabil, who's on the track right now. So how has the journey been for you personally?
Very kind of you to say it's a success story. It's been really good. Toyota has been proven to give a platform for young drivers to develop. I myself is a product of them from the rookie program, as you said. And after graduating from winning Super Sporting class last year, it was a choice of mine to move on to greater things. I'm now doing international races, but back here I still want to help, you know, family and products of Toyota, Nabil being a product of rookie program as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing that is so astounding, because like you said, you have had the opportunity, even earlier during the TSS, you came in first in your category in GT3, and that opened up more opportunities for you in not just racing locally but internationally as well. And obviously Gazoo Racing was the platform for you.
100%. I think without Gazoo Racing, I wouldn't be here, you know? So they really are the leader right now in providing opportunities for young drivers to show their talents, and really a provider for Malaysian talent to show what they can do in the international scene. Because this racing, I mean, you can watching right now, it's super tight and it's the best racing we can get here in Malaysia.
Okay, let's get back to the racing right now. Let's just talk about Nabil a bit. Granted, now you're trying to help Nabil out in his car. He's currently P5 right now. How has the expectations been, and how helpful have you been for him? And do you think he can come in at least, you know, hit a much higher position?
Yeah, we're really in the thick of it right now. We're currently in P5. We were struggling a bit throughout the weekend for pace. Driving, Nabil has been doing really well. Round 1, he did really good. Last round, a bit unfortunate, losing all those points, but we're still in the championship fight. I think Nabil can really take it to the end. if everything plays into his hands and he just keeps doing what he's doing, which is delivering what he does on track.
Okay, lovely. Good luck to you and your team. Hopefully you're going to be a race director after this, Nakib.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Back to you, gents.
Amazing insights there by Nakib Aslan, who has been one of our own version of Gran Turismo story. And what an inspiration for the young people out there, the young kids out there who wants to indulge into the world of racing. Well, Victor, talking about racing, I guess we see a huge change of positions right now from P1. Najee Ayat, who was leading the race earlier on, has dropped all the way till P6 now, due to some incidents happen, and Mitchell Chia right now leading this race in P1.
Yeah, Mitchell did get past Najee Ayat earlier on, just while we were in the middle of that interview. So I wonder if something else also affected him, because he's dropped way more places than he would expect. So that actually puts Freddie Ang and both Freddie Ang as well as Aman Nagdev onto the podium here, and you can already see that Nabil Aslan, he was in 5th position when they started the interview. He's already up to 4th now, having gotten ahead of Najee Ayat. So now he's really on a charge here to try to get himself a possible podium finish here on this weekend. So that's going to be very exciting, no doubt, for the Aslan brothers. But as for Mitchell Chia, like right now he's got other things on his mind here, because nowadays already dealt with one challenger in the form of Najee Ayat. He's got another challenger here, which is the ever so consistent Freddie Ang, looking to make another podium finish here, but perhaps might also even be able to challenge for the leader to this race here, Matthews.
Yeah, I told you I was really putting an eye on Freddie Young, because from the start he has been really promising, especially keeping up in the podium position, and right now he has a chance to be in P1, but that he needs to overtake Mitchell Chia, who is known to one of the very best defense in Malaysian racing so far. But right now it is going to be really interesting to watch where this is going to come to an end there, Victor. 30 minutes left in our race from 1 hour down. We got 30 minutes for all of these races to determine where they're going to be finishing, and right now this is where the chapter is going to be really deep.
Yeah, Freddie Ang still having those peaks onto the inside. They're coming to the slowest part of the track, the hairpin turn, and still has Aman Nagdev constantly breathing down his throat as well. The top 3 drivers in not just this race, but also in the super sporting class are right now locked in an absolute battle for the lead here. But things that seem to, it seems like Mitchell Chia is able to put himself a bit of a distance away from Freddie Ang right now, forcing him to act more defensive here, because he's not just got Aman Nagdev, he's also got another championship contender, Nabil Aslan, looking to try to make his way on the podium as well. As now it's going to be Aman Nagdev's turn here to play defense against Nabil Aslan, who attempts to try to see on the inside, on the outside. Still couldn't quite find the gap though to get past Aman Nagdev yet. Still will have to take the slipstream and hopefully try to make it either at the final corner or perhaps even through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, we saw the interview from his brother earlier on there. Victor Nakib was telling if everything falls for Nabil, he will definitely take it. So let's see if it's going to be falling in his hands or it's going to go the other way around, because nothing is promised in motorsport so far. And right now we still see Aman Nagdev keeping himself in P3, defending Nabil Aslan not to find a way in front of him. On the other side, Mitchell Chia leading this race, and with 0.5 seconds we see Freddie Ang right behind over there. And talking about the rest there, Adam Mikhail right now leading the race in the sporting class, and that is going to be something to watch later on as well. But right now this is going to be a close combat for P1, 2, 3 there, Victor.
A bit of a topsy-turvy thing going on in the sporting class, and unfortunately we're not able to bring you guys more footage about that, but it seems like there's a lot more changing of the guard going on inside the midsection there. Freddie Ang had a bit of a touch there into the rear of Mitchell Chia as they come together through turn 1. Looks like the pressure is starting to amp up right now on a current race leader and championship leader as well, coming into round number 3, Mitchell Chia. So certainly he's not quite out of the woods yet, even though he's retaken the lead here after this halfway point of the race. He still has a lot of work ahead of him still yet to do. So we'll see how this will continue to progress as we still continue on. 27 more minutes remains in this race though. So, well, this is where things are going to be starting to get a little bit tricky for some of these drivers out here.
Yeah, this is going to be the aggressive chapter of all the races that we have seen. And usually it will always happen on the second half, and we are right now underway for the second half. On board right now, we're seeing Bradley Benedict on car number 55. Behind there, Timothy Yeo still fighting from yesterday till now. And oh, wait a minute, something happened over here on car number 60 there, Victor.
Yeah, that's Najee Ayat. So maybe he might have a problem with his car. That's what possibly caused him to drop very rapidly down the order there, and that's so unfortunate for a driver who was at one point the leader of this race and was very much on a run here to get onto the podium, and it seems like all of that is gone to naught. But well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes here in racing, as Adi Rahimi is no doubt very familiar with, as he's still trying to keep chase here, trying to hopefully get a top 5 finish here if he can at least get past or rather catch up to the rest of the pack here, who is getting a little bit topsy-turvy right now, as Nabil Aslan has a run in on the outside of Aman Nagdev, trying his very best here to get himself onto the podium. This is looking like a very good run here, even though he has the added weight of 15 kilograms. That is not a problem at all for the younger of the Yazan brothers, but watch out, Amir Haris comes in for the attack as well in the penultimate corner, comes in side by side, forcing Nabil Aslan onto the dirt, but still will stay on a drag race here to the final turn.
Oh, there is some movement there between these two. Nabil Aslan right now needs to fight over here. As you can still see right there behind, there's going to be pressure coming on as well. And it is going to be a really close one there, Victor. Amir Haris trying to find a way as well. Nabil Aslan trying to block a different route right now, but let's see. Around the corner now. And after that, it's going to be a long straight again. Will this be a moment for Nabil Aslan to get himself in the position he wanted there, Victor?
Yeah, he had a much better line there compared to Aman Nagdev, who had to take a slightly compromised entry there that allowed Nabil Aslan to still maintain himself side by side with the Indian driver. But watch out, Adi Rahimi's got the slipstream of a Nabil Aslan as well. This is quickly turning from a one-way to a two-way, now a three-way, and a four-way battle here for a podium position. And look at that, Amir Haris going for the wide attacking line here. Nabil Aslan still trying to keep side by side with Aman Nagdev through the turn, trying to find a way to slip onto the inside. Look at that, getting the gap done there. Now he has to stay side by side through into turn 2 as Aman Nagdev desperate to hang on for his podium position here, with Nabil Aslan breathing down his side, making sure that he's going to be able to get the run up into turn 4.
Oh, that was some battle we saw, but right now, who's leading in the front there, Victor? It's going to be Aman Nagdev still keeping Nabil Aslan right behind there. And Amir Haris needs to do something about this as well. He's literally trying to find a way through between these two that is in the front. If something happens, he'll be definitely taking the advantage. But what a racing so far by Axel Sports now. Aman Nagdev trying his very best, everything he could to defend Nabil Aslan, who's right now on a hunt for P3.
Yeah, still very much in that hunt there, and unfortunately, Aman Nagdev is the prey in this instance. Right now, coming through this transition point, it seems like they are electing to stay one behind the other, trying to perhaps bring that battle closer towards the end of the lap here, rather than trying to do it in the middle, where Aman Nagdev can easily find his way back ahead of Nabil Aslan. And unfortunately, another retirement here, this time for Tom Goh, as his car is being wheeled into the pits. So unfortunate for the driver who was having a top 10 finish yesterday, has now unfortunately got to sit this one out.
Yeah, that's not really a good day for him. But then the race continues, 23 minutes to go, as we are still seeing Mitchell Chia keeping himself in P1, and the rest, Freddie Ang in P2, Aman Nagdev defending his life right now, Victor. Of course, like what you said, he is the prey among 3 predators coming at the back, and it's going to be none other than Nabil Aslan in car number 99, Amir Haris, who has been showing some potential and just waiting to make a move over here. Aman Nagdev, look at the way he's defending there, Victor. He's literally trying to shut every lanes and every movement that Nabil is prepared to do. But then I believe it's going to be another big battle between these two. And there's lots of time for these two. And one thing I can really tell you there, Victor, Nabil is getting really close. Really close.
He's been close and close. I mean, he was already closer in the last lap. This time around, he has to take the slipstream of Aman Nagdev and try to hopefully force him wide again, going through that final turn. Adi Rahimi, in the meantime, trying to get it done against Amir Haris. He's already ahead of Amir Haris, actually, now, keeping him within a good position here to try to maybe even take an inside line against Nabil Aslan, but he's still a little bit far back to make it happen quite at this point. While in the meantime, Aman Nagdev certainly still keeping a keen eye on his rearview mirror, of which I think literally only the inner, the in-cabin mirror is the only one still working for him, as both of his mirrors have been taken out due to all the action just now. So he's a little bit of a disadvantage, I think, in this position here. So he's certainly going to be very nervous, definitely very defensive now in his attempt to stay on the podium here for the super sporting class.
Yeah, we still see lots of actions coming in from P3 all the way to P5. We're looking at there on the midfield attacks. We see lots of other cars coming through as well. Adam Mikhail keeping himself in P1 for the sporting class. Sharik right now on P2. Dato Kenfu has climbed up to a podium position compared to his yesterday's results. And right now, can he win? Can he actually end this race in a podium position? That's going to be the biggest question. Yesterday, he was close, but today, it's going to be a whole different outcome. As we are still underway, Mitchell Chia still in P1, the victor. Freddie Young on P2. Aman Nagdev, how long can he hold on towards Nabil Aslan right now?
If he wants to stay on the podium, he has to hold on for another 21 minutes. Exactly that. It's just exactly that. But this definitely gives a lot more breathing room here for the leader here, Mitchell Chia and Freddie Ang. Right now, who are just basically locked in their own battle, which Mitchell Chia is keeping a nice, decent gap ahead of Freddie Ang's car. But for now, a lot of attention is definitely going to be here on Aman Nagdev. He's still holding up to that final spot on the top three here. And Nabil Aslan is looking to try to get as much of an advantage as he can in the next 20 minutes or so. But I fear this is probably going to be a long and protracted battle that will probably last until the final minute of this race here. So that's something that we can definitely be looking forward to as this race is coming to a close.
Yes, 20 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes to go. If you just tune in on TikTok or any of our social media platforms, welcome to Toyota Gazoo Racing. This is round 3, race 2 of season 8. We're coming closer and closer towards the end of our season. And right now, we got some amazing race going on with 20 minutes to elapse right now, where we see Mitchell Chia keeping himself in P1, Freddie Ang on P2, Aman Nagdev defending in P3, Nabil Aslan, Adi Rahimi, Ami Haris all coming in really hot from the back. So it is going to be a huge, huge opportunity for Nabil, Adi Rahimi and also Ami Haris, because it is pretty much very open over here. They're just waiting for a mistake so far. Oh, that's going to be car number 81. Was on a race behavior, race control.
That's not exactly the kind of message you want to get as a driver there, that you're driving too dangerously. But that's Raja Amir Shaukat, who's actually been called out for that, as Ian James, with the rookie leader, has actually passed him on track right now, as has Adele Liu. So I wonder if if there's more problems going on for Raja, who at one point, if you remember, he was leading the sporting class and dropped several positions all the way back. So more misfortune coming his way in race number 2 here. But, well, I digress, though. I think a lot more of our attention is on this three-way battle going on here. Adi Rahimi, who is just behind Nabil Aslan, who is just behind Aman Nagdev, and they're all three of them still fighting to get onto the top 3. While in the meantime, for the sporting class, Adam Mikhail, the current sporting class leader, is now getting a good run-up against Timothy Yeo. Can he actually make the moves here on the super sporting driver, who is having one of the eyelashes from his car just hanging for dear life in the air turbulence coming off of the car? But Adam Mikhail is certainly using this opportunity right now to just get a very nice slipstream from him off of the straights.
Yeah, there's going to be some battles that we are watching right now. Well, on the other side, we can still see some of the racers trying their very best to actually climb up, because this is the moment, this is the chapters where, you know, you got to make it or you don't. With 18 minutes to go in this race, this is the time most of the racers will be going really aggressive, might be taking the risk that they never able to take from the start. And we have seen countless of times some of the risk really paid off. But talking about paying off there, Victor, this is going to be for battle for P2. Sharik, Dato Kenfu, and also Monai. I mean, we kind of miss Monai, isn't it? Long time we didn't actually get to see his name in the front, but right now he is. So, will he able to do another special moment for us today? They're all the way coming from Thailand.
He's having bit of a gap though to Dato Kenfu at the moment, so just needs to be able to close that gap up. The good news for him though is there's still 18 minutes of running to go here, so he certainly can try to bide his time to try to get another podium finish for him, and he is on a weight disadvantage, I believe, compared to Dato Kenfu at this point, so it's just adds even more of a challenge here for the driver. Came all the way from Thailand to compete amongst us Malaysians here, but yeah, that seems to be the situation as it were for Monai, although he's still looking for an opportunity coming in the hairpin. Didn't quite get it done under braking though, but may even be able to keep the run going all the way through this final section here. So let's keep our eyes very much peeled on this battle here.
Absolutely. So we're on board with car number 10 from Kulin Top Wheels. It is none other than Dato Kenfu, who is having one of the best seasons so far. But right now, will he able to do something special again, like how he did previous season and also the start of this season as well? He's just keeping himself in a very top performance so far, but there is going to be other challenges that he needs to face from other races as well. Well, for the rookie class, Ian James right now leading the race so far, and he's keeping a really good distance among the rest.
I mean, him and Rajesh Raul Dev are
Yes.
literally cutting some of the sporting class drivers in their attempt to be faster than everyone else, and I guess it's really signaling.
These are the signs. These
Yeah,
are
the signs,
Yeah.
the messages coming from the ether, as it were, here that Ian James is coming for the sporting class soon. But what an amazing performance from this rookie driver here! Quite the sensation indeed, in your own words here, Matthew. Ian James and Justin Raul Dev both first and second place respectively, and literally mixing it up together with the rest of our sporting class drivers.
Yeah, some performance so far. It's all about the consistency, it's all about the drive, and it's all about how you're going to be keeping yourself in the front and showing your true potential when there's an opportunity. We're on board with car number 66 right now. Going all in the front is going to be, it's going to be Joshua Lee. So Joshua Lee has a problem from the back where car number 22 is on a hunt as well, which is Ian James, but then they're all from a different class. But here we go. It is going to be a long momentum for the race leaders as well. With 15 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Mitchell Chia right now leading this race in P1. And Aman Nagdev, man, he's putting everything he can there, Victor, to make sure that, you know, that P3 falls for him in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, but it's literally the last quarter here, but still quite a bit of time though. And I think, again, Nabil is still biding that time, still trying to wait for the right opportunity here to actually close that gap and spend all of the rubber in order to make that move and hopefully get himself on that podium position. I mean, technically, actually, now that I think about it, technically, 5th place is also on the podium when it comes to prize giving here, but
yeah.
I think the top 3 is still very much going to be in his cards here, because his real battle actually is against Mitchell Chia, and you know, if he can just reduce that gap, that deficit of points by even just one car, that could really pay off in the long run here. So that's really the calculus for him. But at the same time, he also does not want to do the move too aggressively, or rather too prematurely, that he will also compromise his own position by the end of the race. So it's very much having to walk that tightrope, having to find that right balance between being aggressive and being conservative. And it's really like one of the things that you as a racing driver have to be able to manage, have to be able to understand, like, you know, it's not about aggression all the time, especially when everyone is on the same kind of situation where you have to save the same set of tires. It's a very, very tough challenge here, but certainly Nabil Aslan is using every bit of his talent to try to do it as much as possible as Alan Nagdev goes off-road. Is that going to compromise him completely? He still seems to be very much unabated as Nabil Aslan also follow him off the track, but that certainly might be signs of things starting to crack here for the driver from India.
Yeah, things are a little bit cracky right now for Axel and also Aman Nagdev, as we see 2 of the sharks coming right at the top behind there. It's going to be Nabil Aslan right now just waiting for an opportunity. But while he's waiting on an opportunity, Adi Rahimi as well is just silently sneaking at the back there, literally waiting for an opportunity between what's going to be happening in the front, and he might be taking and capitalizing on that. But right now, from these straights there, Victor, maybe we might be seeing Nabil Aslan making a move. But then talking about Nabil Aslan, he got Adi Rahimi to deal as well. So this is going to be a really tough job between 2 of them, between 3 of them, I would say, because Nabil Aslan right now got 2 challenges to go, and he lost focus, and off he goes. We see Adi Rahimi taking the place which he was hunting so far there, Victor.
Yeah, but I think that really was just a chain reaction of that very bad exit, very bad exit off of the penultimate turn. So you see, like, Aman Nagdev actually hit the curb on the inside, so that's what actually caused him to go way off. And Nabil Aslan, because he was falling so close, he also did the same compromise. And Adi Rahimi, you know, he stayed on track the whole time. That's why he had so much more momentum compared to the 2 cars, and that was why he was able to get side by side with Nabil Aslan and eventually was able to get the pass. So well done here for Adi Rahimi. That's certainly going to add a little bit more joy for him for what has been a very bleak weekend so far for laser motor racing. So a little ray of sunshine has finally broken through the clouds.
Absolutely, and I believe there's no more hiding this time. So Nabil Aslan is really wide open right now to see who is his actual threat and who's in the front and the back. And right now it is going to be another challenge for him to overtake Adi Rahimi. But Adi Rahimi, with this momentum, he looks unstoppable so far. But let's see for how long he can go on. With 12 minutes to go, as we can still see lots of pressure, even in the face of the team members over there, Victor. But right now, talking about pressure, there's no pressure for this one man in the front. It is Mitchell Jia leading this race in P1.
Yeah, getting past one of the rookies here in order to lap him. That's actually car number 24, which I think is Harkish Jiva, who right now, after having to take to the pits there to get this car repaired, fortunately he's able to get back into running, but unfortunately has been in there for so long that now it's the leaders who are starting to lap him here. So another investigation here, this time against Amir Harris as well as, sorry, that's not Amir Harris, that's someone else, and Bradley Benedict. But also, the incident there between Amir Harris and Nabil Aslan is also actually being investigated, but seems like race control has determined no further action for that, so they will be allowed to continue racing here for good. In the meantime, though, Adi Rahimi is the one now that is looking to try to challenge Alman Magdeb, but he's still got Nabil Aslan looking to try to retake that position here with 11 minutes still remain here. Well, this is now where the racing really starts.
Yeah, this is the actual part, and where we see one rookie over there is getting caught over there, Victor.
Yeah, this
so make
Hakish.
sure there's no problem being caused for the battle for P3 at the moment. Aman Nagdev holding on as much as he could. Ali Rahimi right now on the top as well, trying to find an opportunity. Nabil Aslan, it's like what the brother was telling Nakib Aslan earlier on. You know, if it really falls in his way, it could be over. But then I believe Aman Nagdev has done a wonderful job so far there, Victor. You know, keeping himself, all the pressure coming from both of them, Adi and also Nabil Aslan. It was not easy, but he's still got 10 minutes to go.
Oh, no.
And here comes car number 46, is out of the track right now, and that is Kenneth Coe.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. Okay, I think it might be a front tire puncher there, and he's taken off into the escape road. Maybe even stopping though. He's already signaling to the marshals. He's going to try to stop right next to their booth. I think it might be a serious issue here for Kenneth Cole. And what a shame here for the driver of PCM Motorsport. Well, with him out of the way though, that actually opens the door now for the other super sporting guys to be able to get an advantage there, particularly William Ho and maybe even Adam Mikhail, the leader of the sporting class, is going to be able to gain a position overall as well. Nevertheless, Nabil Aslan is still trying to close that gap now towards Adi Rahimi, who has so far not been able to catch up to Aman Nagdev. And this is looking like it's still going to be a final lap battle, but this time it's Nabil Aslan versus Adi Rahimi, and both of these drivers have things at stake here. One person is having a championship rivalry to think about, and the second one is looking to try to mitigate the damage that happened to him from last race.
Yeah, talking about damage, we can still see some of the side skirts at the back there's being came off there for Dato Ken Fu's car. So he's defending as much as he can from car number 89 at Monai, who is one of the bright stars we have seen from the previous rounds. And right now he's on a chase against Dato Ken Fu's having a sensational season so far. But it's all about how long you can do. Oh, safety car has been deployed there, Victor.
Oh, yep. Safety car deployed. I think because they need to clear Kenneth Cole's car. So, this is going to actually make things a lot more interesting now towards the end of the race, because whatever gap advantage these drivers have is going to be completely neutralized now. Everyone's going to be bunched up together behind the safety car. So this means that we're going to be getting a final lap dash at the very least here.
Well, Sonny Hayes, is that you? Well, I guess we all saw what happened in the actual movie there, but then it is not the same over here, ladies and gentlemen. It's totally different. But there you go, Kenneth Coe's car is out of the track. He's at the side over there. Safety car's been deployed. So as what Victor said, this is going to be another close battle for all of these races, as they'll be coming on a reset mode. You know, all the gaps has been gone right now, so... Well, it's very open again, Victor. But you know what's the challenge over here? They got very little time. Very, very little time to capitalize on anything.
It's just going to be a dash, like a mad dash to the finish line here for everyone. And because they're all bunched up together, so really, like, it's now opened up huge new opportunities here for the drivers to try to regain or take over some positions at the restart. But yes, that's Kenneth Cole's car, and he's actually quite far off from the pit entry there. So I think they're going to have a little bit more. That's why, I can see that's why they need to have the safety car out, because likely we have to push. The marshals have to get out on track there to push Kenneth Cole's car out of the way so that they can recover him into the pits. But that unfortunately means that, you know, safety car is going to neutralize everyone's race here, as it were. And at least for us here in the stands as well as back home, that means that we're going to get a mad dash of a final 5 minutes here in this 60-minute race.
Yeah, so as you see, the safety car is now out. And they're going to be making a huge circle to find out if it's okay to right now to continue racing. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tune in to our social stream, live stream, I would say thank you very much and welcome to Toyota Gazoo Racing. This is Season 8, Race 2, Round 3, as we are underway for a huge race right now. As we saw someone just running off like it's on a Coldplay camera.
Yeah, that's actually Mitchell Chia's partner, and I believe that's actually Mitchell Chia's crew as well.
Don't worry, it's not a Coldplay camera. Yeah, there's nothing to worry actually. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue back on the race. As we still see the yellow flag is right now, the safety cars right now deployed with Mitchell Chia, Freddie Ang, Aman Nakdev, Adi Rohimi, Nabil Aslan all on a reset at the back.
Yep, everyone's just kind of like having to be patient right now. You know, they know that this has now opened up more opportunities for guys further in the back here. But for Mitchell Chia, this is going to be his moment to shine now, especially given that he had fought so hard to take this lead. It would be such a shame to have it taken away from him when we get into the restart here. And you can already see Freddie Ang's brimming with anticipation right now. He literally has his sights here on a race, a possible race win, and this might just play into his hands right now. But same as well for Adi Rahimi, you know, he's now within touching distance again of Aman Nakdev, so this is going to help him in his quest here to at least make a podium finish here for Laser Motor Racing. But in the meantime, you know, everyone else at the back as well is also having that same calculus. So really, it's going to be all about this final 5 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy,
yeah,
hope you guys are hanging on.
It's definitely going to be putting all the pressure. It's going to be really pressuring for all of them, not only the racers, but also the team members, the families, everyone that is supporting, even the fans who are rooting for their favorite racer of the day. Well, Victor, I mean, I'll always ask you this question at the end of the race, but so far, who do you think might be potentially the driver of the day?
Driver of the day, I mean, really, the candidates I have at the moment are probably going to be like Mitchell, from being able to take that lead here and possibly this is huge championship implications, especially with Nabil Aslan being stuck further back here, and with Freddie Ang just behind him as well. You know, he's certainly going to be coming out of this weekend with a very handsome haul of points here. So certainly has done, you know, in that parlance, has really done his job, you know, as a driver here for Prima Pearl Auto. But aside from that, really, I think like it got to also hand it as well to Adam Mikhail, like what could have been a nightmare situation for him, given the amount of incidents that he had yesterday, to actually convert this now into what is looking like a very dominant win here in the sporting class. Definitely deserves a lot of recognition. You know, Juan He being stuck about 4 places behind him there means that he's definitely going to be able to catch up massively when it comes to the championship for the sporting class. And then, of course, for the rookie class here, Ian James, look at how far up he is, you know, compared to the rest of the sporting class. He's practically inside of the midfield here, you know, just behind Li Kaifang and ahead of Adele Liu. Certainly, I think it's going to be only a matter of time before we're going to be seeing him actually like race amongst the other professional drivers, you know, outside Toyota. So that's very exciting to see.
Yeah, I've really loved the progress by the rookies. Of course, they have been guided under one of the very best rookie programs, and also taught by Alex Chung himself. So I would really say they're in safe hands there, Victor, you know. And this is one of the best programs out there that Toyota has ever come out with, and hence why it's giving a lot of opportunities. And this is one of another platform for us to actually discover racers, young racers that could be potentially a Malaysian champion or a world champion someday.
Yeah, so there's very few series here where you get a mix of not just young drivers, but female drivers and also veteran drivers, like all mixed inside of the same grid, and just literally being given the opportunity to compete against one another. Like the amount of learnings that you can have just by virtue of competing inside this competition is just unreal. So certainly a lot of these drivers has taken these opportunities, and that's why you can see them already using this as a jumping off point, to further their own motorsport careers. Especially for people like Nakib Aslan, having from a rookie sensation all the way now to an international driver. Oh, another car is also going to be out again here. But the safety car is slated to go into the pits at this point, though. So I wonder, are they going to continue with the safety car, or are they actually going to go racing again? Because it seems like car number 81 stopped at the same place where Kenneth Cole is. Could also be removed very quickly, but we only got less than 2 minutes to go in this race. I don't even know whether we're actually going to go for a green flag racing later on here at this situation.
Yeah, so we got an indication on the monitor. Safety car will return into the pits at the end of this lap. Well, here we go there, Victor. Race to greatness. Dash to greatness.
One lap to win it, so it's pretty much going to be that on the card. But again, with the car still stricken on the outside there, they're just going to have to be really careful about the restart here. That's what's going to be for sure, because the safety car is still slated to come into the pit. So that's Raja Amir Shaukat, who I suspected might have some issues with his car. That's unfortunately come to pass here, as he had to retire quite literally almost at the end of this race itself. Can only imagine how frustrating it must be right now to be in Raja Amir's shoes, but that's unfortunately how he has turned out. So they're still coming around. They're still in the middle of the track here, as we're still seeing them having to kind of like catch up now to the safety car. But the lights are still out. We still see that it's still going to be the final lap. We may even potentially be finishing on the safety car, though, given that we still have the car around the outside, and that can certainly be a dangerous situation come the restart. So, well, we'll see how it turns out. But as of right now, I think we may be seeing the race finish under the safety car situation here, Matthews.
Oh, that's going to be a challenging thing to actually watch there. But here we go. It's going to be a final lap, one last lap. Everyone is going to be pushing as much as they could, because at this moment, it's now or never there, Victor. You take the risk. You got to take the risk.
I mean, the whatever risk you can take now, I think it's going to pass, because the timer is already run out. So effectively, we're going to be finishing under safety car here, ladies and gentlemen, which is such a shame. It was already shaping up to be a very interesting final minutes, but unfortunately, due to back-to-back retirements here from two drivers, seems like, unfortunately, we will not be continuing with any overtaking maneuvers here. The drivers are just going to be following behind, and with a double yellow wave at the straight, yes, indeed, we will be finishing under safety car here, ladies and gentlemen. Even though the lights are out, once they cross the line, it will be the checkered flag that will come out. So you know what that means. Mitchell Chia has done it. Mitchell Chia has successfully taken the lead in the midpoint of this race, and now has held it successfully towards this end here. And by the time he sees the checkered flag, he would be the winner, and that's also going to be a huge relief here for Aman Nagdev, who is struggling so hard to stay on the podium. It looks like he will be keeping that podium after all.
Oh, what a driver, man. What a driver. Aman Nagdev proved everyone wrong, including the challenges that was coming from him from the start, of course, and what a challenge it was. But talking about challenge, here comes Mitchell Chia winning race 2 in Toyota Gazoo Racing, round 3, season 8. And what a race it was. Freddie Ang comes in P2 as well, not to forget. He was having a wonderful race as well in towards the but the highlight goes for Aman Nagdev there, Victor. What a defending movements that he needs to come up against Nabil Aslan and also Amir Harris.
Yeah, well, I think everyone's just definitely going to be relieved that it's all over now, as Mitchell Chia is going to be no doubt celebrating really hard at the unexpected win here. I mean, given how things had shaped up from the qualifying yesterday into race number 1, the reverse to the grid situation definitely has helped him a lot, but he has faced so much challenges actually from many drivers, including Aman Nagdev, including Naji Ayat, who unfortunately had to retire. It's been quite a topsy-turvy day, quite a topsy-turvy weekend, I should say, for a lot of drivers here. But out of all that chaos, it is still Mitchell Chia who comes out and reigns supreme.
Well, so many seasons, I've never had a nickname for him now. Now we do that, Victor. Sepang Specialist. Yeah, Sepang Specialist will be his name. So, what a win for Team Prima Pearl as well, alongside with Mitchell Chia, who's been on season in, season out, proving everybody wrong, and keeping himself at a really good race, of course. But there you go, car number 3, Freddie Ang on P2. Can you believe it? What a challenge he had there, Victor. But then he's able to do everything he could, and it's a proud moment for Telagamas Toyota.
It's such a consistent performer Freddie Ang is. Like, to see him getting podium after podium after podium here, you know, it's just really just missing those gold trophies, isn't it? That needs to be inside his cabinet at this point, because this man has been like from season after season, he's continued to progress, and this year 2025 has been one of his best performances, you know, out of all the seasons here in TGR, and I'm hoping that eventually he's going to be able to taste the sweet taste of victory at some point in this year here, because that man definitely deserves some of that glory here.
For sure there. So car number 61 over there, Mitchell Chia. The name speaks for itself, and what a race he had. Always finding an opportunity to be in P1 and always expecting more than he could ever do in every season. A proud moment for him and his team there, Victor, and well done. Hopefully, in the next round, we will see much more different challenges coming from all of our races today. But overall there, Victor, what is your take of the day? And also your driver of the day? Finally, I can ask you this question, yeah.
I guess my take on it is like I'm slightly disappointed that we didn't get to have that final lap dash, but then again, you know, the race is not won, you know, on just one lap alone. It's about all the 60 minutes, what you've done and how you've been able to manage the unexpected situations and such. And because of that, I still got to hand it to Mitchell Chia, you know, as like the driver of D-Day today itself, just because of the amount of challenges he had to face. But you also got to, I've also got to like give a shout out here to Adi Rahimi, Rashid, because, you know, what could have been a nightmare situation here for Laser Motor Racing for this weekend has actually recovered significantly now. A 4th place finish is still like just outside of the top 3, but it is still certainly a lot of points here for Laser Motor Racing to enjoy and to hopefully keep their championship hopes alive. But yeah, I mean, as well for like the sporting class, like Adam Mikhail making the win here is certainly going to be a huge relief for him, that he's not going to come out of this weekend empty-handed, and certainly Gmart Motorsport would be very, very happy with this result.
For sure there. What a fantastic day of racing, ladies and gentlemen. If you just tune in, you might have already missed one of the best races, but then not the very best ending. But if you just tune in, this is Toyota Gazoo Racing Season 8, Round 3, and this is the final race of the day. Race 2 ends over here, as we will be moving forward towards the next race, of course. They'll be coming up in a couple of months. But right now, what a result there, Victor. The championship table right now might be looking a little bit different, right, isn't it?
I think, like, I mean, one thing is still for sure, I believe that Mitchell Chia will still be in the lead. I believe that Juan He's lead might be a little bit lesser coming out of this weekend, but he certainly will still be the man to beat in the sporting class nevertheless. Here are the provisional results. Mitchell Chia from Team Prima Pearl SP Selatan takes the win here overall, as well as the win for the sporting class. Freddie Ang back-to-back podiums for him here for Telagamas Toyota. A 2nd place finish here is also the icing on the cake. And Aman Nagdev, another back-to-back podium finish for him, and a great defensive drive for him, staying ahead of Adi Rahimi. So yeah, with Nabil Aslan still being in 5th place, it's going to keep his championship hopes alive, but he's still going to have to make up quite the gap though in order to beat Mitchell Chia come the end of the season. As we have a look on the rest of the results here, we're going to be very unfortunate to say that like Kenneth Cole had to retire, as did Tom Go and Naji Ayat, the driver who was starting in the front row. In the meantime, provisional results for sporting class. Adam Mikhail from G-Mart Motorsport takes the win in the class, finishing ahead of Sharik Zulkarnain from FIA Boulevard Racing, and Dadu Kenfu from Kulin Top Wheels rounds out the top 3 there, with Monai, the Thai driver for RUK team Nexter PMC 52, finishes in 4th place ahead of the championship leader Juan He from Honghua X Amada KK Racing. As Chu Yong Chun makes it into the 6th place, and here are the rest here. Again, we still have many retirements here. The last one being Raja Amir Shaukat, just literally at the end of the race here, had to retire due to an issue with his car. But we also have to yeah, I have to like say goodbye to Dennis Ng, Taj Usin Aiman, and Nick TZ. In the meantime, for the rookies class, Ian James takes the win here in race number 2, finishing ahead of Justin Raudev. Hakeem Jiva, in spite of the fact that he got massively clattered at the start of the race, still makes it a top 3 finish here. As we can see, Mitchell Chia looking so relieved at the end here, and certainly surprised not just himself, but I think everyone else here by still continuing to be a top contender here in the super sporting class.
Yeah, perfect day for Mitchell Chia, P1. He's absolutely happy. And of course, all of his team members, his fans, everyone will definitely recall this day because he's...
I don't know. I think the face shows. I'm very tired. My muscles.
All right, so there was a little bit of a short interview, but then here comes the highlights on what actually happened on race 2, round 3, Toyota Gazoo Racing.
Yeah, so again, a much cleaner start compared to yesterday, but you can see lots of squeezing to the wall, as it were, and this was the massive incident at the start here involving most of the rookie drivers, a lot of them coming together and clattering together. Shanmuganathan also spinning around through turn 1. This is where Mitchell Chow at first took the lead from Naji Ayat during the early phase of this race. And then later on, we still saw battles going on for the sporting classes. Anna Mikhail as well as Rajamil Shalka were battling for those leads here. While in the meantime, you know, a lot of attention was pretty much at the front, but a lot of fighting was also happening in the midfield here as Bradley Bentley was in his own kind of like battles with Timothy Yo, and as such, this was where I think this was where Naji Ayat was attempting to try to trying to defend his second place here from Freddie Ang, who consistently was just being a massive nuisance, I think, for his own race. And this was where at this stage we saw we lost Tom Go. We also saw Nagdev having a very tough defensive drive for the large part of the race here, and almost lost his own position there going off of the grass. But unfortunately, a couple of retirements towards the end of the race brought out the safety car, and pretty much that's how the race ended, under the safety car here, which allowed Mitchell Chia to savor the win here in race number 2.
Yeah, so that is the end of the highlights on what happened. Mitchell Chia wins the race 2. And what a sensational day for the rest of the other races as well. Freddie Young, Aman Nagdev, and for the sporting class and super sport and rookie class as well. So, all smiles on Mitchell Chia today, Victor.
Indeed it is. All smiles for him and his team as well. Prima Pearl Auto still reigning supreme here in the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge in 2025. It's been an amazing weekend here of racing here at the Sepang International Circuit. For us here in the commentary booth, myself being Victor and you being Matthews, any last words you'd like to share before we sign off?
All I say is thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. What a day we had, and hopefully in the next race it's going to be much more bigger. Make sure to note down who are your favorite racers, your top picks, because in the next race it's going to be much more bigger. So I guess we will be going towards our main man of the day. Mio Adlan will be with us today. So Mio, over to you, and goodbye from us, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks a lot to Matthews as well as to Victor. As you can see behind me, all the cars are making their way to the circuit scrutineering. That marks the end of this particular session of the Vios Challenge 2025, Season 8, Round 3. It has been a magnificent weekend. Obviously, yesterday, Saturday, and today, Sunday. Exquisite sports, exquisite racing that we've just witnessed. Full of drama, full of action, and full of all of the excitement that one can think of. Congratulations to today's winner in regards of the super sporting class in Mitchell Chia. And later on we'll be conducting the podium ceremony just for all of the fans who are out here. And we thank you, all the fans who have made their way down here as well, for making this event a great one. And not forgetting as well to all of you who have been watching us since yesterday and today throughout all of our social medias. We applaud you. We thank you for all of your support throughout the whole season. But don't forget, we will definitely be back further on for the next one. If you want to know more, check out our socials, because all of the information will be shared there. And once again, it's all about the Gazoo Racing pushing the limits. My name is Mio Adlan. We hope to see you on the next one. Let's race!
Gravity. it can't hold us back if we keep moving forward. Limits, we stretch them, break them, set them. Our passion, unbeatable. Our devotion, unstoppable. They call us speed chasers, the fast lane philosophers. Engineers of ever better motorsports bred cars. Driven by endurance, precision, and raising bars. Designed for the spirit of racing within us all. Running the perfect lap, closing the seconds gap. Then, doing it again, but faster. Nothing stops us pushing the limits for better. This is Gazoo Racing.
How you make performance tires. Unveiling the new Proxys Sports 2, an ultra-high performance tire that allows drivers to safely maximize their enjoyment of driving. With a tagline engineered for excitement, Proxys Sports 2 is optimized for the high-torque powertrains to deliver an exciting ride for all sports car drivers. The all-new Proxys Sports 2 is the newest addition to Malaysia's popular Proxys Sports range for the passenger and SUV car tires, offering two excellent features that sets it apart from its predecessor: precise handling and exceptional wet grip. The tire's precise handling enables drivers to navigate corners with ease, while its exceptional wet grip provides superior traction on wet roads, ensuring maximum safety and stability even in challenging weather conditions. The Proxys Sports 2 is available from C-segment vehicles all the way to F-segment vehicles. It is available in total of 31 sizes ranging from 18 to 20 inches. For more information on the latest Proxys Sports 2, please visit our authorized Toyo Tires dealer network nationwide.
Toyo Tires. Everyone expects you to be someone. But what if you want to be someone else? What if that someone is unexpected, unconventional, unaffected by what others think? untraditional, unfazed by demands, unstoppable. Unopposed to change. That's when you become unordinary. And undeniably you. So go on. Defy expectations. With the all-new Vios.
It's not just the speed, not just the roar of the engine or the scent of burnt rubber on tarmac. It's the silence before the lights go out. The heartbeat that pounds louder than the rev limiter. The moment you stop being a person and become one with the machine. Some do it for the legacy. Some for the ones who said they never could. And some, they race to feel alive. Because out here, every second is earned. Every corner is a decision between glory and gravel. This isn't just racing. It's an obsession. It's purpose. It's freedom. And for those who understand it, no explanation is needed. This is Gazoo Racing.
Bonjour.